go. Wherever you go, I'll be with you, and I will give you favor. That means I'm going to give you blessings. And even though it looks like you're in a hard place, I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to bless you. And everything you touch is going to be successful. So when Joseph was in jail, everything he did, God gave him favor, and he was successful. Pretty soon, the jail was running perfectly. And the guy who was in charge of the jail, the warden, he goes, Joseph, things haven't run this good since before you got here. You're in charge. And so Joseph became in charge of all of the prisoners, all of the jail, and there was 2 prisoners that were in there with him. Now, one of these prisoners was a baker, and another prisoner was called the cupbearer. It was kind of like he was the security for the main king, the king of Egypt. Well, one day, the king of Egypt got mad at his baker and his cupbearer. He had a bad temper, and he got mad all of a sudden. He said, you guys are going to jail. And so the poor baker and the poor cupbearer, they end up in jail with Joseph, and they're under his command. And one day, Joseph walks up to these 2 guys, and they are sad. They have a very sad face. And Joseph goes, guys, what's going on? You guys look kind of sad. What's going on today? And so the cupbearer and the baker go, we had a nightmare. We had such a scary nightmare, and we don't know. It's really troubling our spirits. We don't know what the nightmare meant. And so Joseph goes, well, he said, God is the one who interprets dreams, and God will tell you what the dream meant. And so Joseph prayed, and Joseph had special dreams. And so God gave Joseph the ability to know what the dreams meant. And so Joseph goes, this is what your dream means. And he told the cupbearer, he said, your dream means that in 3 days, the king of Egypt is going to forget he's mad at you, and you're going to be able to go back upstairs to the palace. But he told the baker, sorry, your dream is not really good. In 3 days, you're not going to be able to get released. He goes, and so you're not going to be able to go back to the palace. And guess what? In 3 days, the dream came true, just like Joseph said, because the God had revealed the truth to the dream. Well, Joseph told the baker, or the cupbearer. He said, cupbearer, when you go up to the king of Egypt, please remember me. Please tell him I'm in here for a crime I did not commit. Remember me, please, and see if I can get out too. And the cupbearer goes, sure, Joseph, I'll remember you. See you later. Well, poor Joseph, guess what happened? What? The cupbearer forgot.
Oh.
And so he's stuck in jail for 2 more years. He's stuck in jail.
Oh,
well, one day, the king of Egypt has a terrible nightmare. He has a terrible nightmare. And his nightmare is that there's 7 healthy cows, and then the dream turns into a nightmare, and all the cows get really skinny, and they look like they're going to die, and the cows look like they haven't eaten. There's no food. And then he has another dream where there's healthy grain. The fields are full of grain, but then there's 7 grain fields, and then all the grain dies off, and there's no more grain. And so the king wakes up, and he goes, those are the worst dreams I've ever had. Somebody tell me what they mean. But nobody could tell him what they mean. Well, all of a sudden the cupbearer goes, oh, Pharaoh, I feel kind of bad because I told my friend back in jail that I would remember him. But there's a guy in jail named Joseph, and he knows how to interpret dreams. He told me that I was going to get out of jail, and sure enough, it happened. He said, Joseph can tell you what the dream means. And so Pharaoh goes, get that guy out of jail. Have him come up here and tell me what my dream means. So Joseph got taken out of jail. He goes before Pharaoh, and Pharaoh goes, I hear that your God can tell you what my dream means. And Joseph said, yes, my God can do it. Not me. It's not in my power. It's in God's power. And so he said, tell me what your dream was, Pharaoh. And so Pharaoh goes, I had a nightmare. He goes, in my nightmare, there were 7 healthy cows, and then all of a sudden, the healthy 7 cows got really skinny, and they looked like they were going to die. And then I had 7 healthy grains of barrels of hay and wheat, and then they were all yucky and gone. What does my dream mean? And so Joseph goes, Pharaoh, this is what God said. You had 2 dreams, they mean the same thing. And that when you have 2 dreams with the same thing, it means it's going to happen no matter what. This is what the dream means. We're going to have 7 healthy years, and there's going to be plenty to eat. But after 7 years, there's going to be no food. Can you guys say that? No food. No food. And so Joseph goes, Pharaoh, if I were you, this is what I would do. for the 7 years that there's plenty of food, let's store up all the food and make big barns. And then when there's 7 no food, we'll have plenty to eat. And guess what Pharaoh said? Joseph, that sounds like a good idea. You're in charge. He said, you're so smart, you're in charge. You make sure we have food to eat. And so guess what? He made Joseph in charge of the whole land of Egypt. And God was with Joseph. And so Joseph, for 7 years, he stored up all the food. So we're going to watch a little movie.